Chair Shot Reality, episode 339, coming from the new, beautiful studio here at Point Park University. It is the Point Park University Media Center in co-promotion, of course, with Trib Total Media. I am Justin LeVar, and bringing in from the hurricane of Florida, but he's surviving. He's here to do CSR. He is the one and only Josh Eisenberg. Josh, how are you?
I'm good, Justin. I'll tell you this much right now. I might be getting rained on in the next 5 or 10 minutes, but this is my dedication to the show. That ironclad contract says I must be on every episode from here on out. So you're the one who signed for it. I signed for it, but it's good to be back with you live.
Well, talking about signing, great transition. Let's talk about Goldberg. Yeah, you're welcome. Let's talk about Goldberg, who was on ESPN this past Wednesday night with Jonathan Coachman. First off, what did you take away from this interview, Josh?
Well, I thought that Goldberg planted seeds for a potential return to the ring, and I wanted to come here and talk to you face-to-face and say, you know, I disagree with everything you wrote on Upgroove, because that's what I do. You know, I'm the guy that wants to argue, that wants to say, you know, Justin, you're not the smartest guy in the world. But you know what? Bada boom, you might be the smartest guy in the room. I think that one-off for a Goldberg match against Brock Lesnar is exactly what we need. And then you look at a guy like Goldberg, a guy that hasn't competed in such a long time, a guy that's close to his 50s. What else does he have to prove? He's not a Sting. He's not a guy that we have never seen in WWE. So what I took out of that was him planting the seeds for a match against who else? Brock Lesnar. I think that's exactly what you're going to get. Will it be in January at the Alamo Dome? I think that's a good part. You know, I think that's a good idea, especially when you're looking for 60,000 people to fill that arena or fill that dome. But I don't think it's going to be. I think they're going to push it up to November. I think they're going to push it to a Survivor Series. And, I mean, does the Royal Rumble really need that match? The Royal Rumble pay-per-view is the most popular, I would say, pay-per-view aside from WrestleMania. So why would they need to put it there?
Well, I'll make this argument. You know, I thought the Alamo Dome was the right place if they want to try to get some kind of attendance record. But look at it this way. The Royal Rumble is such a platform, and I know it's hypothetical, but let's not count anything out. It's such a platform to get get legendary names involved. Of course, Shawn Michaels is in the front of the conversation because it's his hometown. So, bottom line, the Rumble's already a certain draw in itself. So, if they want to boost Survivor Series, which I've said this to you many times, Survivor Series to me, it used to be one of the big four. It's fallen number 5 behind Money in the Bank.
It's irrelevant now. It's irrelevant now.
Right.
When you think
well, this would be a way to boost up Survivor Series. Now, Survivor Series is already sold out, so this would all be all about the WWE Network, and of course, Goldberg's entire career lives on the WWE Network.
Yep. Yeah, and I agree. I think you need to have somebody really focus on Goldberg's career before that. And one of the things that I loved that you wrote about in Upgroove was the fact that this is the first time that they're going to have a potential Goldberg and Brock Lesnar storyline with Paul Heyman. And these two guys, Lesnar and Goldberg, and that's the big reason why WrestleMania 20 in New York wasn't, I mean, yeah, you had Goldberg, you know, leaving, and you have Brock Lesnar going to the NFL, and this is when the internet became hot. This is when WrestleZone and other websites were really spoiling things. But you have an opportunity now with Paul Heyman to tell a storyline that can be far greater than anything that they've ever put together with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, or even both men separately. So I think this is a great opportunity. WWE needs to capitalize on how good Paul Heyman could be. Goldberg really spoke in circles 3 or 4 times on ESPN. You could tell the guy was nervous. So I'm just interested to see, will it be at Survivor Series? Will it be at Royal Rumble? And I'll ask you this, plain and simple, Justin. Do you even care about the actual match?
I certainly care about the build more, but I do care about the match because Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this then. You care about the match, but does it really matter who wins? No. Neither man's legacy is going to matter. I am interested to see how they book it. You know, what do they do? Because, the reason I like this match, to answer your first question, is that this is totally different than 04. Brock Lesnar is got a completely different attraction than what he was then, and Goldberg kind of got lost in the shuffle in a way with a lot of other guys who came over from WCW, so it lost the luster. You know, Eric Bischoff came over. That was a big shock. Ric Flair came back. The NWO came over. So it wasn't as special because Goldberg was just following suit, but now it's been 12 years since Goldberg's done anything with WWE. So I am interested in the match because I want to see how do they book it. Is it Suplex City after Suplex City? Like, does Goldberg hit the spear and jackhammer out the gate and then Brock kick out? So I am interested in the match. But you're right, it really has no ultimate bearing. But I don't think that's going to be the only match. For Goldberg. You referred back earlier talking about comparing him or not comparing him to guys like Sting. I think Goldberg's probably, if he hasn't done it already, I think he's going to sign a Sting-like deal. Couple matches. Hall of Fame, video game, so this might not be the last Goldberg match.
It probably won't be the last Goldberg match if they do what you think they're going to do and have the Royal Rumble with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. then you need to induct him into the Hall of Fame at WrestleMania, but you need to get one more Goldberg match at WrestleMania. You know, it doesn't need to be the main event, because Goldberg's never going to be a main event in WWE's eyes. He was in WCW for such a long time, but after that, what did Goldberg do? He's done nothing for the past decade, so you can throw Goldberg in a match, you know, the first hour, the second hour, in a 4 or 5 hour pay-per-view at WrestleMania, and still get some money, still get some draw out of him in front of 70,000 people in Orlando.
Well, we'd love to hear what you have to say. You can hashtag WZCSR. You can tweet to @JoshEisenberg4, @JustinLabar. Josh, stay safe out there. Don't blow away. And we will see you later this weekend with NXT Talk and No Mercy predictions.
Yeah, as you can tell, Justin, I'm getting rained on a little bit here, but it's all for you. I miss you, Justin. And I know my pink jacket right here, you always love it.
Well, we miss you too. That's going to do it. We got more Chair Shot Reality coming up.